Alright, hello everyone. So I made this tier list video, but I forgot to turn my mic volume on. So I'm just going to be talking about this and why I think it is this way. So first off, obviously, I'm putting Boombo in top tier just because of how lethal it is. And just really quickly before we continue, the order of what these are in the category is obviously subjective, but the reason they're in the category is very specific, and the reason why they're in here just has to do with how the game works and how maps work. So most of these weapons in top tier are just super good on all maps. And same with A tier. Like A tier weapons are pretty good on all maps, but like as you go down, they just like the maps don't super matter, but it's kind of like the all-around usability. So definitely Boombo is just good everywhere. It's super OP. There's kind of no drawbacks to it except for you can miss your shot. And it only has one shot in the clip, but that doesn't matter when it can insta-kill anything if you can land. There's pretty much no instance. If you are perfectly mechanically good at Fortnite weapon gameplay, and you can land your shots, there is just no instance where Boombo loses. It just doesn't lose. And that's why I'm putting it at the very, very top end of the front. It's just the best weapon of all time in this, and I don't think anything else is going to top it, besides maybe, I mean, not even Primal Stinkbow could top it, even though it could be close because of the insane displacement it has. Ranger Shotgun, maybe, but like, here's the thing. Boombo doesn't care if you have 200 health. It's one of those weapons. It doesn't care if you have 200 health. It doesn't care really if it hits you, like where it hits you. Like if someone has 200 health, you need to hit them in the head. That's why, regardless, you should always, if you want to just insta-kill someone, you should go for the head. Regardless, because you don't know how much health they have. But, like, you can hit them in the body for the 150. You can hit in the ground for the 100 splash. So, this is, it basically almost has no drawbacks. Tac has one drawback, that the pull-out time is slow, but that doesn't matter when you can get 2 shots off in the head super fast and kill someone. And that's why I think it's better than Ranger Shotgun, because it all matters if the person has 200 health. If they've just respawned and they have 150, whatever. But if they have something like Spicy Pepper and they're really good at moving, and they make you whiff your shots, Ranger Shotgun is not as good as it. Ranger Shotgun is the second best shotgun in the game, and it's better than the pump just because of the way it works. You could whip out any other secondary that's not a sniper or an awkward, or you can whip out any other primary that's not like an awkward sniper or something, and finish them off if you don't really get the full hit. Pump, I used to think Pump was better than Tac, but after playing the game for a long time, it's really not. Pump is good. It's still super good, honestly. That's why I'm putting it high, but, you know, it's just not the best. MK7 is the best AR in Warfare. I think it's the best AR in Battle Royale too. Just because, like, it's kind of, like, marketed by Epic as a mid to close range, not close range, but like mid-range sort of AR, but it works at long range super well. It's super annoying, especially since in Warfare you get the legendary one. It's completely bullshit, and it completely wrecks you. The issue with it is, like, it can kill close range, but it's not ideal. Rocket launcher is super good, but the reason why it's lower than all of these is just because it's only really good close and mid-range, and it's not good long-range unless the person you're shooting has a ceiling or wall around them and they're willing to sit there and take that slow-ass projectile, which they probably won't. You have to hit someone that's not looking at you, but we're talking about fights here. We're not talking about really, like, catching someone off guard. Like, that will be mentioned, but first and foremost, it's, like, fights when you can see the other person sees you. Drum gun, really good. Honestly, it kills super fast, close range. But, you know, it's not the most accurate weapon in the game, but it's pretty powerful. Hop Rock Dual Knees, one of the best weapons in the game. Lots of damage. it's pretty accurate, and it's like a mid to close range, and the long range can work. But the mobility is insane. That's what makes it better than the grappler bow, because it's easier to get than the grappler bow, and the mobility is way more consistent. It's not as drastic as grappler bow, but it's still pretty good. And I was considering putting grappler bow up here, but like all it is mobility, and if you're not good at landing your close range bow shots, if you're not that kind of player, and you're not good at landing your long range ones either, or either one, it's just not good for that. It's basically, if you can't learn good bow mechanical gameplay, you're not going to gain anything from it but mobility, which is something to keep in mind. Like, people that play grappler bow are just going to play it for the mobility and not really going to play it for like all the bow damage and stuff like that, which is a super niche part of the game, especially when you have boom bow, which doesn't care about accurate aiming. It's just an insta kill. Primal shotgun is super underwhelming. I thought it was going to be more powerful than it really is, but it's not that good. But it is still one of the best weapons, and the reason why I'm putting it in S tier is just because of the stupid glitch that it gives you, that you can use a secondary with it, which is really crazy. So that part, it kills super close on close range. The reload time sucks. Everything about it's pretty mid, but just because of that glitch and how fast it kills close range is awesome. Like, it's really good for close range, and it pairs good with a lot of cool weapons. Like, if you want to use grappler bow and you're going to be going close to people, like grappling to people and killing them when they're not suspecting you, use the shotgun and then equip an SMG and you're good. It's a really good loadout. Shadow Tracker does a ton of damage if you land your headshots. You can also combine it with the grappler bow to go in places, and it snipes really well. It has super good accuracy. The tracking is super good. It's good for support loadouts. You can do lots of chip damage. Best pistol, and it's also silenced, so it's hard to hear it a little bit. All right, so yeah, that's S tier. A tier, Scar is definitely up there. People sleep on the Scar, but it's super good, honestly. And this, right next to it, is this AR, which there's a reason it's not in Battle Royale anymore, because it's super fast. Like, both of these are super fast. This TAC is still good. It's got a faster pull-out time than this one. It's still good. It's great. Golden minigun. There's 2 miniguns in the game, by the way, which is really stupid. Atomic, please fix it. This is the legendary one. This is the purple one. So, golden minigun is super good. And the reason why I'm putting it so high in this is just because, like, if you get in a certain place, there's not much you can do against it, because it's not going to care about anything. I notice a lot of minigun players, like, people sleep on the minigun a lot, but a lot of minigun players go down because someone flanked them. But this, you know, if you can get into a place that's really hard to flank, like, you have close range, you have long range killing power, and even like a close and mid, but even some long range. Blue rocket launcher is whatever. Honestly, I don't think it's worth buying rocket launcher until you've reached max prestige, unless you're like saving up hella gold. But man, dude, blue rocket launcher is just super mid. Golden heavy AR is good. I like it, but it's lots of recoil, but it just does so much damage. If you can deal with the like clunky handling, it's good, and it's better than the golden one, or it's better than the blue one just because it's more damage. Heavy shotgun, great. I really wanted to put it in S, but it's way too niche for that. It's a lot of people use it and it is good, but like it's definitely like if you're whiffing your shots, like it's just too hard to like hit the shots consistently all the time. I mean, I kind of main it. It's kind of like a secondary main for me, because I like to use like tac or pump with the boom bow or the primal, and then but like I've been playing a lot of heavy just because it trains your aim so well, which it's like an aim training weapon, and that's the only reason why I put it low. Combat SMG is better than the machine pistol because it does more damage. Like the recoil doesn't even matter. The machine pistol has a faster reload time and it's more accurate and stuff, but Combat is just, it shreds. It's super shreddy. Machine pistol, if you're going to play this, you're playing it for the fast reload time and for the like super close range stuff. But the combat, you can be like farther away and still wreck. Grappler bow, I talked about this in my bow video. I've talked about all the bows in there, but the grappler bow is great. If you're mechanically good at the game, you can completely wreck people with it. It's just not really like consistent with the killing, but it's basically the best mobility in the game, so that's why it's up here in A, even though some people might consider it lower, but it is super good. Recycler, people sleep on this shit. It's super dumb. Like, whenever I was playing Recycler with Pump or Tack, you just hit them in the head for 120, or you hit them in the body for 70, and then you just tack once and they're dead if they have 150. Like, it's classified as a rocket launcher. Like, this is something to recognize. Boombo, Recycler, and the firework gun, are all classified as rocket launchers. So this does splash damage, which is super good. It does a ton of splash damage. Explosive bow is so much better than this bow, and I'll talk about why I put this super low later. But this, if you can, it's all about, this one is not like the go-to bow, obviously, but like, if you can land it, it's a super good like backline support weapon. It just takes a lot of skill, honestly. It's a pretty skill-based. Grappler bow, you don't even have to have skill with it because you're just moving around with it most of the time. This, you actually have to, like, have skill. But the reason why I put it in A tier with this is just because, like, when you get going with it, it's fucking stupid. Like, if you have, like, a good vantage point, it's stupidly good. Oh, and the potential to kill multiple opponents is good. Not as good as Boombo, but it's still good. This is super annoying. I'd arguably put this above Explosive Bow, but these could probably be swapped. A lot of these, like, could be swapped around. Like, again, the order of where they are in the category is subjective, but the place they are in the tier list matters, obviously. Okay, so the location's super annoying. It's super good. There's not much to say about it besides it's just a super good support weapon. And especially if you can have Primal Shotgun and some other secondary, you can be a super good backline support. You can even locate people and snipe them, and if someone comes close to you, you just Primal Shotgun them. Super good build. Or you can even use a bow. Up to you. Most of the snipers in this game are trash, just because the maps are really small, and like people are moving around so much that you're not really going to get too many snipes unless that's like your thing. But the best sniper is definitely this one. Just having more shots in the clip is better than any of the other snipers. Heavy AR is good. I definitely say it's better than most of these, just because it hits heavy. It hits harder. It's better than the Ranger. I would just buy this over the Ranger. Combat Assault Rifle is basically the only machine gun type weapon. So if you're gonna play like a machine gun shotgun combo, like the classic Battle Royale builder thing, you're going to probably want that just because it replaces a machine gun. This is super underwhelming. I don't really like it. I don't really think people should be using it that much because there's better options, because it's like all the bursts in this game are bad. But it does do work, and I get killed by it fairly often, so I'm okay with it. It's just like the handling sucks. LMG is good. It just has a super long reload time. The inaccuracy is annoying. Lever action, the worst shotgun in the game, but it's still good and it still has a place. The only reason it's low is because you should just save up for the tack. If you can get a few more kills, it's so easy to get kills, even if you're like lower level. Like, just camp with the Ranger and pick some people off, or like land your pistol headshots. And you could afford the tack over this. But it's good. It's just only good when you get it really to legendary. But the blue one is like underwhelming. These two could be swapped. I'd probably put the Stinger above this one. I'd probably swap these two if I could. But These are just better machine guns. Quad launcher is pretty bad. Like, it's niche. I was talking about it in one of my other videos. It's like good, but it's I would use any other rocket launcher type weapon over this. Combat pistol is probably the best pistol in the game besides the Shadow Tracker. Super noob friendly weapon. It does more damage than like this one. But it's pretty boring. Easier to use than the revolver. Revolver is niche, but if you can use this thing, damn, it fucks. It does like hundreds of damage, especially when it's legendary. It's like a sniper almost, and it's easier to aim than the hand cannon. This sniper sucks. Don't use this. You should probably just use that one. But the reason I put it here is just because like it does like more damage than this. So it's better than these because it scopes and it does more damage than that, and it loads pretty fast when you upgrade it. Upgrading it is worth it. I didn't put the upgraded version of this on here because it's essentially the same weapon. Like the upgraded versions of all the snipers, just except for the hunting rifle, like that one is a little bit different. But the upgraded version of this is basically the same thing, and it's only just faster reload time. But the reason, I don't really have a good reason why I put both hunting rifles, but these could be swapped. This doesn't matter. They're basically the same thing. And this is whatever. If you like hand cannon, get it, but it's not that great. C tier, AUG, and this, same sort of thing. Just one has a scope and one doesn't. And they're both pretty bad. Like, even in Legendary, there's better options, but blue is whatever. This bow, I like this bow, and like I would consider putting it higher, but it just has nothing going for it besides land your shots or you're fucked. Like, it's not as fun as the other bows. There's more fun bows to do. Just get the explosive bow, like save up for that, or just even buy it and upgrade it. There's not really much point for using it unless like flexing on your shots. And the boom sniper is just crap. I don't know. There's not much to say about it. I've never gotten killed by it, I swear. I've only gotten like killed by like I have gotten killed by it by like the explosions, but no one's ever like hit me with it and killed me. I've never been like, oh, I was like sniped with that. Purple minigun is completely useless. I don't know why it's in the game when you could get the other one. Maybe it's cheaper, but that doesn't really matter because you're gonna have to keep buying it anyways because it's a black market item. Dualies are bad, but they're definitely better than the rest of these. There's no point in using them when you can get these. This is good. Like, if we're going to talk about bad stuff, it's good, but these are better just because this requires, like, weird precision, and it's a prestige item. And it's arguably the worst prestige item, so that's why I'm putting it there. Ranger sucks. You can't do anything with it. Can't do anything with this pistol. Just get this pistol if you want that. And this is bad, but it's better than the railgun because it's easier to land the shots than the railgun. Railgun, when are you going to ever use the railgun? There's absolutely no point in using the railgun. Like, it's good in Battle Royale and certain, like, for piercing builds and stuff. It's got, like, some funny meme stuff, but in Warfare, I've never killed anyone with it. I've never been killed by it. And, of course, the worst is the prop gun. Completely useless. I've seen people, like, it's definitely good for, like, memeing around, but it's definitely a funny item. And yeah, real quick about that, me not including that sniper, like, I probably should have included it because, like, it's better than this one, but we'll just say that both hunting rifles and this, you want to just upgrade them to get the faster reload time, but they're not that great just because, like, you know, if you want a better sniper, just use this one. Like I'm not saying these are completely bad weapons in all scenarios. Like, if you like hunting rifle, I know a lot of people like hunting rifle. Go ahead, like go ahead and use it. It's good. It's good as a weapon, but like in Warfare, when it comes down to like being on certain maps, like A-Town or Shipment, like, just use this thing, man. Like, I don't know. again, it's super subjective. All that, you don't have to like follow this. This is just like a competitive tier list kind of, but definitely snipers are super mid right now. And I think it's just because of the sizes of the maps. And like sniping is a super subjective thing. Like if you're sniping in Warfare, it's because you like snipers. And that's great. Continue doing that, but it's not like gonna carry you. Like these weapons are not gonna carry you. Really. Like none of these are. Like some of these will. These will not. This might carry you, but the rest of these will not. These will carry you, and these will also carry you. So it's really about like earning money so you can get all the weapons. Anyways, take all this with a grain of salt, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.